I'm going to show you how to look and feel 10 times more attractive. I'm going to share 10 tips with you with the goal of enhancing your physical appearance, but also enhancing your internal perception of your own attractiveness. Understand how confusing it can be in not knowing where to start and what to tackle first. It's taken me a good 10 years or so to figure these things out. Treat this as your little help guide. I've marked the chapters for you so you can come back and rewatch sections as you need. Looking attractive is obviously a visual, external thing, the way you present out to the world in front of you. There is also the matter of feeling more attractive. That's a non-visual, internal thing. I'm going to cover both in this video. Just know that the external tips, the way you present to the world, these are shortcuts, so to speak. Do these today, tomorrow, every day, forever from this point to immediately start improving how you look and how you feel about yourself. Once you've started making some small changes to your physical appearance and get a bit of that momentum and motivation, then we go all in. We go for the internal things that really are game changers. These require a tiny bit more effort, but the reward is 10 times more, probably way more, like way more than 10 times. Because the return on investment on enhancing your internal perception compounds. It just keeps giving and giving and giving. And therefore you start to radiate an energy that is unmatched. It's unbeatable. It's all you. There's no makeup in sight. I'm excited. Let's get into your 10 tips. Tip number 1, fashion. Wearing the right colors for your skin tone and shade. This is huge, and I cannot stress how important this is. Colors really impact us. They can literally change how we look and feel about something in an instant. When I avoided all color and I swore to only wearing black, the occasional gray, and sometimes a random white shirt, I literally felt dull and gray. I looked washed out, I looked pale, and I didn't feel good in my appearance. Switching out my staple clothes for staple items in my own personal color palette literally changed everything for me. Not only did it make getting dressed in the morning way easier, but now I have to put in far less effort into my clothing because the colors that I'm now wearing effortlessly and naturally complement my skin and the shades that I have naturally in my complexion. I've put a few links in the description below so you can start to figure out what your coloring is and what clothing items and colors are going to start to look really good on your skin tone. If you've never looked into this before, don't freak out. Don't overthink this. You probably already know what looks good on you. Actually commit, try out a few things and see how it impacts you. Tip number 2, hair. Buy for your hair type. Hair is a struggle. I get it. I know. I feel you. But everyone makes the same mistake of buying the viral TikTok, Instagram, or social media hair product. And we all need to stop doing this and start buying for your individual hair type and hair need. Now, especially if you have hair like mine that is a bit temperamental or has different textures and thicknesses throughout, you need to be in tune with your own hair needs, or you will forever feel like your hair is set against you and out to destroy your life. So start with buying good quality hair care products that you can continually afford, which is really important, that address your particular hair concerns. The thing I ignored for so long, strangely enough, is that the bottle or the product actually tells you what it is going to do for your hair. So look for good quality shampoo and conditioners that describe what it's going to do for your hair and how it's going to fix your particular hair concerns. If your hair is damaged, look for products that say restorative for damaged hair. If your hair is dry, look for products that say hydrating and moisturizing for dry hair. If your hair is thin or is prone to being weighed down, look for products that are potentially silicone free or that say they add volume or they are good for fine hair texture. Don't just buy the products that TikTok says to buy. Focus and look at your hair and give it the nourishment and the nurturing that it actually needs. And I promise your hair will transform before your eyes. Tip number 3, makeup. There's 4 tips in this category, so let's start with the first one. Eyebrows. Get those puppies waxed, threaded, plucked, DIY. Do whatever means is necessary to tame your brows. Start to brush them up and across, then set them in place with some brow gel, or if you happen to have castor oil, you can switch that out and use that instead. Brows really do frame the face, so brushing them up and across gives this nice lifted look to the face that looks really pleasing when others look at you. Number 2 out of my 4, eyelashes. The hack that I have found is to use a clear mascara gel or even a clear brow gel or some castor oil to brush up and set your eyelashes. And now take your eyelash curler and start to perm up your eyelashes. It's even better if you do this the night before. Eyelashes really open the eyes, and if you have crazy eyelashes like me, continually practicing to brush up your eyelashes and setting them in place with some sort of gel or oil will start to help them set upwards instead of pointing downwards. Number 3, blush. Add blush to the areas of your face that would normally get sun-kissed. Take a blush or a liquid lipstick and apply blush to the areas of your face that would normally get sun-kissed. The top of your nose, the top of your cheeks, a little bit onto the top of my cheekbones. I'm using a K-Beauty lip gloss, which I'll link in the description below. I find this gives a softer touch and not so harsh, but I do like to go in over the top with some powder blush as well to set it in place. Fourth and final tip in this magic for are lips. Lips also really frame the face, and when they're forgotten about, it looks like something is off with your makeup. Firstly, make sure you are hydrating them and applying a lip balm regularly. I find before bed when my lips are a little bit damp is the best because they retain more moisture that way. So you want to match the lipstick or the lip gloss to the shade of our lips or one shade darker. We're kind of tapping into the golden triangle here, but like a little bit different. But what we're essentially doing is drawing people to the features and to the center of our face that are really attractive and make our face pop. Tip number 4, skin. Of course, take care of your face skin. That is so important. And that creates a pretty strong impression when someone looks at you for the first time. But can we just back up? Because I feel like everyone has forgotten about the rest of their body. Like the back of your hands, your neck and décolletage, your crusty elbows. Like, are you taking care of those? Are you moisturizing those elbows? Moisturize your entire body, heels, elbows, décolletage, legs, arms, everything when you're out of the shower. When your skin's a little bit damp, this will help retain moisture in your skin because most moisturizers have protective ingredients that act as a barrier for water loss. And the more we can prevent water loss in our skin, the more supple and hydrated and wrinkle-proof our skin is. And please, I need to say it, like, are we scrubbing our heels and getting rid of the dead skin cells? Because like that ain't pretty if we're not doing that. So when I say moisturize, I mean moisturize everywhere. Tip number 5, nails. Please make sure you manicure and clean your nails and your hands. We associate being attractive with being clean. If you've ever seen someone who you think is attractive or you've just observed people and then you notice their hands, maybe they have really chipped nails, maybe their hands are dirty, or maybe they're just crusty in the wrong areas, and it kind of gives you a bit of an ick. It's a bit of a turn off. You don't need to have fake nails, but if you want to have them, amazing, go ahead and do that. The best tools that I have for keeping my nails clean and manicured are a cuticle pusher, a cuticle trimmer, and a nail strengthener and or a strengthening top coat. Cleaning up your cuticles and removing the dead skin is probably the biggest game changer when it comes to just having manicured nails. You'll be surprised how much it can transform your nails without even having to do much else. Apply a top coat or a strengthening top coat. This will give your nails a nice glossy finish. The best part is even if the strengthener or the top coat does chip, you won't see it, so it's the longest lasting manicure you will ever have. If you're up to this point and you're thinking, I don't know, like I can't commit to all of these things, don't. I've got a solution for you. Pick 2 out of the following 3. Hair, makeup, outfit. This is the 2x3 rule. You need to put some effort into 2 of the categories that you choose, and then you can let the third one just be. If you're at home, you're already in your comfy clothes, you're in a hoodie and a sweatshirt, and like you don't want to get changed. So now put some effort into your makeup and your hair. This doesn't mean you need to go full glam or have a 90s blowout. It means that for your hair, maybe you put it into a nice braid. Maybe you just comb it or put it into a sleek bun. Put some effort in to make it look a little bit more put together. Same premise for makeup. Do your brows, put a little bit of blush on those sun-kissed points. Put on some lip gloss or some tinted lip balm. We're not trying to do a lot here, but we're doing enough so that it makes a difference. And I promise it makes a difference. We're moving on to the internal tips. They're not immediately visual, but so rewarding. Tip number 6, physical. Move your body specifically using steady state cardio. Too much high intensity training and really vigorous training can put the body in a state of stress, and stress leads to inflammation. Inflammation directly relates to swelling and bloating of the body. So for the cardio-based exercises you are doing, which could include running, using the Stairmaster, walking, biking, rowing, dancing, do those at a pace and an effort that allows you to just maintain a conversation. Your heart rate should be up and it should be a bit uncomfortable to continue to do the movement, but not so uncomfortable that you are out of breath or you need to stop to catch your breath. Some of the benefits include: 1, you'll be burning a whole lot more energy, which can be amazing if you are just trying to move more. 2, you'll sleep better because your nervous system is not being overstimulated. 3, you'll improve your heart health, which keeps us looking young and vital and fresh for longer. And 4, your nervous system is not being overactive either because of the stress induced from high intensity training. Use some high intensity exercise, but just not all the time. Switch out some of those high intensity training for low steady state cardio. Tip number 7, electrolytes. Add electrolytes to your water daily. Drinking water is great, obviously. When we drink too much water that is not properly mineralized, we start to flush our cells and our blood, and this prevents us from being hydrated. Okay, so how do you add electrolytes? What even is this? Get some Celtic sea salt and add a pinch to your water daily. The other ways to get some electrolytes and minerals into your water could be to drink some coconut water. Just make sure it's not full of sugar, or to buy an electrolyte powder. Electrolyte powders are great as long as they don't contain too many sugars. When you drink proper mineralized water, your hair, your nails, and your skin will actually be getting the hydration it needs to continue to repair and to promote growth. When all of these things are in place, you start to transform how you feel from the inside out, and your skin is glowing, your eyes are glowing, your cells are repairing, your brain's functioning optimally, so you can appear more attractive, more energetic, more lively in your day-to-day life. Tip number 8, behavior. Have a better attitude towards others and towards life. How you behave can dramatically alter how attractive or not attractive people perceive you to be. Have you ever been on a date with someone and you start interacting with them, you see them for the first time and you're like, yeah, this person's attractive. Then they do one of the following. They start to treat the wait staff really poorly, or maybe they start speaking badly and negatively about their group of friends or others around them. Or in general, they start speaking negatively and pessimistically about life. In almost an instant, your attraction for them diminishes. You are turned off and you stop seeing them as attractive. People value kindness, positivity, and the way that we judge a person and whether they hold those traits is observing how that person responds to others and how they respond to the world around them. You've worked hard on improving your physical appearance. Allow that physical beauty to transcend inwards so you can be both internally and externally attractive to yourself and to others. How do you do this? Find ways to be more positive in your day-to-day life. Find ways to be a kinder person in your day-to-day life. Do small things for others and see how that makes you feel. Use that as reinforcement to continue to do nice things for others and to feel better about yourself because you're a generous, kind person. Find small moments in your day that you can be positive for. Try and reframe something that maybe you've been a bit pessimistic or negative about. It's about making small, tiny, micro improvements in how you think on a day-to-day basis and how you react to others. That will compound and dramatically change how you project yourself into the world. When you start behaving in ways that you really value, you'll start to like yourself more, and that will transform your energy and you will appear and radiate more attractive energy into the world. Number 9, compliments. Learn how to accept compliments. All right, this is nuanced as it can be tied into your self-belief, your own self-concept, and your own self-talk. But to keep things light and simple, we're just going to focus on how you can learn to accept compliments. My mum said to me years ago, you know, it's really not nice when you shut a compliment down. It makes you look really unattractive and not very confident. I realized a couple of things. The first one was that it's kind of rude for me to shut down a compliment that someone's giving me with saying things like, oh, my hair, oh my gosh, no way. Look how dry it is. I need to go wash it. I need to get it cut. It's really bad right now. Or something like, don't be silly. I feel so fat. Like I need to get back on my diet. People don't often go out of their way to say really nice things to randoms or other people if they truly don't mean it. It takes effort and energy for someone to notice something about you, Put that into words and then build up the courage to actually say that to you. Surprisingly, when we accept a compliment from someone, it actually validates them more than it does us. By accepting their compliment, it reaffirms to them and reassures them that what they did was good and nice and okay, and therefore solidifies their perception of you as good and nice and kind and okay. And what we've learned is how people perceive you directly impacts how attractive or not attractive they believe you to be. Obviously, this takes practice, and you might not always agree, but what's the point in arguing? Really, what's the point? Next time someone gives you a compliment, I want you to say this. Thanks, that's really nice of you to say. And then stop. Don't say anything else. Don't overcomplicate it. Just express some gratitude for the effort they've put in to make you feel good. Tip number 10, sleep. Sleep with an eye mask. This is the number one tip that has dramatically changed and improved my sleep. If you don't sleep well, or energy is off and maybe you're in a certain mood, this affects how you show up in the world, how you present yourself to the world, how others perceive you, and how you feel about yourself. And then, of course, those damn under eye bags. Too much light while we sleep can greatly impact the ability to stay asleep and hinders our ability to get into deeper states of rest. I want you to try sleeping with an eye mask, and the trick here is to make sure it's soft and it's flexible. Silk or bamboo materials work really well. Make sure that it's not too tight so that you are aware that it's on your face, but it shouldn't be too loose so that it's completely falling off your face in the middle of the night. That brings us to the end of our 10 tips. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, comment, like, and share it below so I know that it resonated with you. See you in the next one.